in Google Classroom, you're going to want to click the Classwork tab. Then the most important button here is the Create button. Tap the Create button and choose Assignment. Here is the assignment open. Now give your assignment a title. And you are also have the option of including instructions. As well as then setting up some parameters for the assignment. First, we have an option of selecting all of the students in the classroom that we're working on. However, if you teach the subject to several different Google Classrooms, you can select which classrooms will have access to this assignment, meaning that you only have to create it once. Within your one classroom, you also have the option of assigning it to all students or just some students. If you're working in small group, this is an intervention activity or an enrichment activity, and so forth. You have the ability to choose a grade category. So if you have your gradebook set up to the same categories as Infinite Campus, you can choose what category this assignment will go into. And you also have the option of assigning points or creating an ungraded assignment. You can also assign a due date specific with date and time. So if I wanted to choose when the assignment was due, and maybe I'm not going to take it after school is over. You can see here's my date and time. If you have topics set up, you may choose a topic, and we'll talk about topics in a little bit. If this is a writing task, you have an option of choosing a rubric. If you have a rubric already that you've used previously, you can use reuse rubric. If you need to create a new rubric, you can go ahead and click the Create Rubric button, or you can import a rubric from Google Sheets. We'll talk about creating rubrics in a separate tab. Additionally, you can choose to add from certain documents. So we can add from our Google Drive. We can add a link from the internet. We can add a file from our computer or a video from YouTube to serve in this assignment. And I can also create any of these in order to have students complete the task. So in order for students to complete this task, I might need to create a Google Doc. The Google Doc will already load and open for me, and I can go ahead and create the task that I want students to do. Once it loads, you can go ahead and set those parameters. And I can title the document, and students will have the opportunity of completing this task. Once I'm done, I can just close my tab. As you can see, it'll be here for students. Now I have an option of having students only view the document. I can have students edit the file, which means every student that this assignment is assigned to can edit this one document, or I can make a copy for each student. each student will receive their own document that says to create a summary, and they will complete the summary there. So these are some options that I have. Finally, I can go ahead and click check plagiarism. Each Google Classroom has 5 assignments that they can use this plagiarism or originality report. I can go ahead and choose continue if I would like for the plagiarism to be checked in each document, and it'll check it against the internet and documents that are submitted to Google Classroom. If you want more information about that, just click on learn more, and then it'll take you to a support document by Google explaining the originality report. Once you have everything set up, you have options before assigning a task. I can go ahead and tap the assign button, and it'll automatically be pushed out to everyone in my class at that moment. Or I can choose to schedule it at a different time. Maybe I am working on my lesson plans and want to plan for next week. I can go ahead and choose when I want this to be scheduled. Just remember that if you create a due date, that your due date will have to be after you schedule your assignment. I also can save this as a draft. So if I'm working on this assignment for my students on my prep period, but I run out of time, I can choose save draft and then come back to it at a later time. So these are some of the tasks in assignment. I am also going to add a link to the slide presentation so that you have more access to each of these resources in writing so that you can go ahead and follow along in case the video is too much for you.